Hi guys, welcome to this plumberparts.co.uk video. Today we are looking at the exciting installation of a shower tray. So watch the video, remember to subscribe, remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and also remember to hold tight. See you soon. Plumberparts.co.uk, home of Find Your Plumber. Right then guys, so I haven't got anything in my hair, don't worry, sorry about that, I'm going to look like an idiot in this video. Anyway, right, so what we've got is our shower tray. It's just going up here somewhere, okay, and I'm pretty sure I've had a preliminary measure out already, and as is life, the shower tray waste outlet is 100% going over the top of a joist. It's probably going over where some of those pipes are already, so it's one of those things. So without going into too much detail, I'm just going to do this job, alright, and then you guys can just follow us in the background. We're going to get to a stage, right, we're not going to go into this boss here that we fitted a few days ago, we're not going to go into that. We just need to get our 1.5" pipe down into this area here, okay? We can't put a boss in right up there because we cannot physically drill through those two joists because they're so close together. You can't get a drill in that way or that way, it's just a bloody nightmare. So what we're going to do is we're going to run our waste pipe, our 1.5" across down here, and then we're going to drop it down so it's inside this cupboard. So eventually, in this area here, this is all going to be cupboarded in. It's going to have an unvented cylinder in here, which we're going to fit as well. I'm sure you'll be along for the ride on that one. So yeah, that is what we're going to do. You're just going to watch, sit there with your cup of tea in the bliss of your bed and watch us struggle away on a Saturday morning, Saturday bloody weekend warrior, and get this done. Enjoy. So then guys, this area here has been precisely laid out for the shower. Basically the guys have come in here and they've boxed this bit in. So effectively what we've got to do is we've got to lay the shower tray down in here now. I'm going to draw a circle in the shower tray hole, alright, where the trap goes out, and guess what? That means that's where the bloody shower tray outlet's going to be, isn't it? So I'm going to go and get the shower in now, which Mark, who's offshot at the moment, has very kindly bought, I think, the world's heaviest shower tray. But it doesn't matter because I haven't been in the gym this morning, so you know. So I'm going to go get it now. Where is the phone? So we're going to cut up beast open. Now this is one of them moments in life you wish you bought some of those window suckers, because whatever happens you might cut yourself on this stuff, so be careful. Don't do what I'm doing and do this without gloves. How exactly did they do this, Mark? 5 mil. Okay, alright, yeah, got a little bit. Standard shower trap. They'll usually come with a little tool, okay, because once you've got all your pipe work and everything underneath, all the work you're going to do is going to be from above. So the little tool is effectively used to clamp into one of these little slots here. If you imagine my hand is the shower tray, that'll screw down to that like that. Then underneath you've got your rubber seal, just under here, that'll be, you know, going up the underside of my hand, so therefore underside of the shower tray. And then all that gets pulled up together like that to make a watertight seal underneath. Take the decorative cover off, the fascia cover, the bit you'll put in once this is all tiled, once these have got windows and doors and everything else is done. So we've got our hole here, we know this is exactly where our shower tray is going to be. We've got a lovely little, perfect little gash around here. So we now can draw out my hole exactly in the place where I want it. So now we can lift up this shower tray. I'm just going to pop it up there out of the way, out of the corner. And then we can lay our actual trap down, get our template ready for the trap. You can cut a hole out here for the trap, and then cut a notch out like this to take this in a little bit, because this knuckle can sort of tap on the other side of the floor. And if this is being pushed out of line in any way whatsoever later on in the job when we come to tighten up, you won't get a watertight seal and you'll have the ump. Alright, so do things like that to make it easier for you now. Never a frown with golden brown. Make sure wherever you store your beloved shower tray, you're going to put it somewhere where it doesn't crack you around the head later on. Typically, that is just a bit too small, but such is life. Give us an idea where we've got to be. Well, that's just typical. What we're going to do, I'm going to set up this that does that, okay? So we know then, I'm going to look over the top, I'm going to go, right, I'm going to cut this bit. That's where what we're going to run. Don't leave yourself anywhere that this can get sort of inhibited or anything like that, or bung about with. the same time, as you can see down here, we've hit the joist. Now this is where coordination between the trades on a job like this, kind of an extension or any kind of new build sort of stuff, when the architects and that design these spaces or building control say you've got to have joists in certain positions, there is times where this happens. I mean, it actually happens more often than it doesn't, if you know what I mean. It's quite a common problem. So what we have to do is you coordinate with the chippies or the builders and say, look guys, I've got to take this joist out. They don't want the shower to be another way around. You know, if we put the waste over in another corner, I might not get the drop that I need to get over to the stack. So there's a lot of things you have to think about when you're doing this sort of thing. What we'll do is I will now go ahead, put my waste in, and then on Monday, when the chippies have got off their arses, because they never work weekends, they will come in and basically sort this out. They'll have to strengthen it, and then what will happen is you'll get building control round and they'll have a look at it and sign it off basically. So that's how it is. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bit more of this out. You go further down the old drill. What I'll do is just get down there and split this out. And we are just going to notch out the little bit, this little run that we've kind of just noted out here. Before we do anything with the shower tray, before we lay that down or anything like that, I want to make sure that this can sit in there freely and move about, okay? So it's got like a good 5 to 10 mil around it. Any problems there with the shower tray later on the job, you know, we're making it now easier for us in the future. So, you know, you can't deny it. I mean, a lot of plumbing is just prep work, really. So look at that lovely bit of wood butchery there. But the main thing is now is we can sit this in here and it's completely flush with the bottom of the floor. So in a minute when we've got our shower tray here, this will, and look at what movement it's got as well. You know, it's not tied up or anything like that. And that means that we can do all our work now from above without having to worry. We can even tighten up you know, the bit of the job that people hate when you tighten up the shower trap, you know, you're not next to it or anything like that. We can even do that now from above without having to worry too much. So a couple of tips for this bit. Number one, every shower tray that's ever made. To be honest, this one here, I'll give Mark his due. He bought a good quality one here. A lot of the time you get under here and this is just like rippled up and horrible and yeah, difficult to seal up. Now I know that we've obviously got our rubber seal that is going to go on underneath just like this. And that is where our main seal is going to come from. To be honest, looking at this, I'm so happy with it. Sometimes what I do is I run a little bit of gunk around here just to be sure. I think I'm going to anyway. I always do. It's just one of those things. Now, every brand new shower tray that's ever been made, they always have this little protective film on it. Don't pull off the whole film, okay? Leave the film on for as long as you can. But for the bit around where we're going to be doing our seal now, you're going to want to pull that film away just there. What I mean by that is just that there. Ready for us. I'm just going to blob a little bit of CT1 on here. Just leave it like that. One thing I would say is, be good to the next person who's coming along, and if you've got any CT1 spewing out the side or anything like that, just make sure you smooth that off now. So when otherwise someone might come along again to do some work here, they won't be able to take the old trap off. And that wouldn't be very nice, wouldn't it? Right, so we can pop our trap on here, making sure that all our other bits and bobs are out of the way. Roughly point in that direction. Here's the little tool that I was talking about. Usually, you just get this in here and get this on. Tell you what, that is not going to leak. Right, literally now, just a matter of just get yourself a sheet, clear off as much dust or anything like that from underneath, brush as well, brush out wherever you put in the shower, try and make sure it's as clean as possible. This is totally flat, this shower tray, it weighs an absolute ton. If you just laid it on the floor and tried to kick the bloody thing, it wouldn't move anywhere. So what we're going to do, we're going to use our clear CT1 to actually glue this down, stick it down. We'll also run a bead around the outside as well. After that, once that is set, literally the floor will come up with the shower tray, okay? That stuff it grabs like anything. So I'm just going to quickly clear this lot up, get this wiped down, and then we're just going to, rather than doing blobs, I think blobs don't really work too well. You do have these little blob points here. I just run a ring around there, ring around there, ring around there, all those little rings there, and just try and run a few up these lines here as well. It will not move anywhere, this stuff. Obviously I'll cut myself a larger nozzle when I'm doing it as well. Important important thing is here that we clean down the bottom of the shower tray. We know that there's not going to be any dust or anything like that. It's going to stop this adhesive doing its job, even though this stuff is just different level. I mean, what happens now is you basically move this round and in vain attempt to not get any CT1 on yourself as well. Never easy this bit, I'm afraid. It's just one of those things. Literally, that should just lay exactly where you want it, without any problems whatsoever. Look at that. We'll just put this in here now. Right, what I do now, just pull up what you've got, just the edges. Right then, so that's the shower tray down. What we need to do now is go downstairs, plan our pipe route for our 1.5 inches, and then actually get our 1.5 inches installed. Right then guys, so we've got our 45 bit on here, so we know we can get a nice straight run, so we're just going to pop this bit on down underneath. As nice and tight as possible. Now, obviously the problem we've got here is that we've got pretty much 3 joists to go through until we're inside our cupboard area and we can drop our pipe down safely inside that cupboard out of sight. You know, obviously you want to try and put one bit of pipe in. Sometimes that's just not going to happen, all right? You know, we're going to have quite a high hole height here, and without ripping all the floor up, it's all been glued down and screwed down already. The only way we're going to be able to get this through at the moment is to literally, and it's annoying, really annoying, is to basically grab a couple of couplings and just basically glue up a few bits. So what I'd firstly recommend is when you're measuring your holes, just measure everything from your bottom joist, because you know that these are all level, and make sure that every joist you go along, just give yourself another 2mm, okay? Drop yourself another 2mm down, or if you want to do a little bit more, another 5mm, it's totally up to you. Just make sure you get a nice adequate drop going away. If you're doing quite a long run, then obviously you don't want to do too many mils every joist, otherwise you're going to end up popping out the ceiling. This is quite a short run here, so I could probably get away with giving myself pretty much a 5mm drop on every one of these joists here, and that worked fine. Similarly, if this was running the other way, what I'd do is I'd take my waste back to the side joist, so say we were going along here, and I'd clip it all the way along the joist, okay? And then when you put your clips in, you measure your clips down 5mm every time to make sure that you get an adequate drop on that. So I'm going to get these measured up now, I'm going to get them drilled, and then we're going to go through the rigmarole of getting this pipe put in. Right, what I'm doing, I'm leaving this pipe coming out the wall quite far off the wall, because this all needs to be boarded out in here anyway, so need to leave the lads a little bit of room so they can get in there with under there with their trowels or whatever. Right, so there we go, all in. I'm really happy with the result. I mean, it wasn't easy getting through those bits, and I hope you understand why we've done certain parts of this job. I just want to get across to people that everything's completely different when it comes to these jobs. There's no right or wrong way of doing things. Sometimes it's just the only way, if you know what I mean. Right then guys, so there you go. Shower tray's laid down, we've got the waste downstairs all in. We're now ready for the other trades to come in and do their stuff, and it's the blissful world of a plumber, knowing that everything's done now and you don't have to worry anymore for another month. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video guys. Remember to pop over to our Facebook and Twitter, follow us there. There's links coming up now to buy t-shirts. You've got the same t-shirt as what I'm wearing right now, and also some links to some other videos. Anyway, I hope you have a great time, and I'll see you soon guys. Hold tight.